everybody, Elisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. I was so excited to talk about this item which I got that I haven't used yet. I was so excited I forgot I have my juice with me, my blood orange juice. Oops. If you're Italian, you drink blood orange juice. You Italians know what I'm talking about. I was so excited to talk about this bag, and I just got it just 2 days ago. It arrived from it's my online outlet sale purchase. Hey guys, stay calm, please. And I haven't used it yet, but what I thought I would do is pack it up the way that I would use it, just to get a feel for what it wears like and show people, because this is definitely something I would use when I'm traveling to visit my dad. So I thought that might be kind of interesting thing to do. This is the oh god, I don't remember what it's called. Lighten Up Expandable Tote. This is the first kind of item like this I've ever bought from the Vera Bradley line. The only other Lighten Up stuff I've bought is our wallet type items. So this is a departure for me. I initially wasn't that interested in the non-quilted fabrics, but I found that once I started finding patterns in the Lighten Up line that I really liked, then it was a game changer for me. And I do, like I've said in one of my other videos, I feel that this fabric has a slight sheen to it that really makes the colors look rich, and so it's very appealing to me now when I like the pattern. So when the online outlet sale started, you know, I feel like I lose my mind a little bit. Maybe some other Vera fans know what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, there's a sale, it's the online outlet sale, and you just kind of are in this frenzy to see what they have, and do they have stuff in patterns you want. And so I was super excited when I looked for Splashdot and I saw something that I could actually consider getting. You know, that wasn't like, I'm not really that interested in the backpacks. I'm not a backpack person. I can rant about them in another video. And I knew I wasn't going to be getting any like rolling luggage or bigger travel pieces because of my budget right now. And some of the smaller like crossbody, I don't know if they're technically hipsters, but there was like a sort of rectangular crossbody, smaller crossbody thing, and that's just not my style. So when I saw this, I thought, this is something I could actually consider. And so even though the dimensions are there, and I'm sure I must have looked at the dimensions, it didn't really register how humongous this bag is. This is what I'm getting to. I mean, it's quite big, you know. So I'll pack it up and put it on and people can see, but I don't even know what it is, so I thought I would measure it. And just in case people are interested, and I don't mind sharing this information, retail, this was $98, and I got it for $34.30. Yeah, I would have liked it a little bit cheaper. I feel like the online outlet sale prices maybe are not quite as good as they used to be. Unless you're in the clearance section. You're lucky enough that there's something in the clearance section you like. I did buy one other thing, just a small cosmetic bag, but I can talk about that in another video. So this is about 20 the long way across and 14 from top to bottom. The width, I have it zippered right now. And this panel, when it's zipped up and not expanded, is also 4. Did I say something else was 4? No, I didn't. That was 14. 14 top to bottom. The description on the website said that even when it's unzipped, it is airline carry-on compatible, I think. I'm not, I'll take their word for it. So before I unzip it, I just want to talk about some of the construction on this. It is a little bit floppy, as you can see, which I was concerned about, but a fellow Vera fan who had this bag given me a heads up about that. So I appreciate that, Jessie. Because otherwise I think I really would have been a little put off by it, because I got this out just to compare, because this was my only experience with Splash Dot and Lighten Up so far, and it's much stiffer. This is the all-in-one crossbody, and the way it's constructed with this, the Lighten Up fabric is on a backing of some sort that is making it stiffer and have more body. And so, like you can see, this flap, for example, you press against it. Here, you press against, like I'm pushing up on it, and it's not really bending. And so that's kind of probably what I would have expected from this bag, had I not known that it was a bit floppier because of the way it's constructed. So just to give people, the information if they were concerned that, or interested, just to what to expect if they aren't familiar with this bag. It's a little floppy, which I suppose would work, if you wanted to take it with you, packing it up, to have as an extra bag, it folds up real nice and you can just slip it in your luggage. So, I mean, it's not a negative, it's just a difference. So it has these, they feel cotton-like, these fabric straps that don't match. I know I always say I like straps that match. For some reason, it didn't bother me that these straps didn't match on this kind of an item. What I do appreciate about this item is that the straps don't go all the way down, like on some of the duffels that are Lighten Up, because I don't like that. I always like the cutting across the pattern. So for example, on the back here, you just get this great expanse of the pattern. That just makes me so happy. And I felt lucky because, like I've talked about in other videos, with patterns that have a very obvious grid-like structure, if the alignment is not right, it can really throw off the look of the bag. And I feel like in general, it's not perfectly level, but I do feel like the panels are, for the most part, pretty level. It's not, it's not exact, it's not a precise science, but they're level enough for me that it doesn't look weird to my eye. It's still pleasing to my eye. So on this, I guess what you would technically call the front side of the bag, because it's got the rubber label there. There's this large, just flat pocket with a zipper. It is that metal zipper. However, I do have that other, I should have gotten it out, but in my, I have it in show it in another video. It's a Lighten Up, like medium-sized cosmetic, and it has a metal zipper on the front, and that zipper is very stiff. Really takes a lot of effort to work it. This is looser. This is what it probably should feel like. I don't know what happened with that zipper. It's probably just a one-off kind of thing. So this pocket is very deep. I'm curious the size of this pocket, because it's a good size pocket. It looks like a true square. No. So the pocket is 10 this way and 11 this way. So a good size pocket. Oh, and the strap drop. It was a good size. I did put the bag on when I first got it, and it's a good size strap drop for me. Good length strap drop for me. It's 12. And these straps, which are very soft and not a shiny, slippery material, which I was surprised about, but I also think will work well for it. It gives you the right amount, a good amount of friction, so the straps catch against each other and don't slip off your shoulder as much as a slipperier fabric would. They're 1.5 inches wide at the wide part, but of course they're sewn in half here at the top, where it would rest on your shoulder, or where you might want to go to grab it with your hands. So the pull ties, the zipper, if you can call them ties, are those cords that you find on the Lighten Up fabrication. Now, it bothers me on these smaller items. They just look like almost out of proportion, oddly casual, oddly clunky. Like I've said, like I should be camping. But I don't mind it on the larger items. It seems more in proportion on the larger item. So it doesn't bother me, it doesn't stand out as much to me, so I don't mind it. The lining is solid nylon, protective plastic over the grommet. There is a charger within this pocket. If I can't get the light. Yeah, there's a charger pocket there with a grommet there. So on the inside, same thing on the inside there. This is the only pocket in here. This is just a big dark, there we go, space, just one big open space. So this is not the bag for people who need slip pockets and stuff, organize their stuff, but I'm not, if you've watched my other videos, that's not a big concern for me most of the time. So, because I just want to call this out for people. Oh, and it's a recessed zipper. There's a flap, the recess up top. Very long end up to the zipper here, so it makes it very easy to grab when you're searching for it. Really, you can see how long it is. I guess you could tuck that in there if that bothered you. I don't think that really bothers me one way or the other. So you can just see that it's recessed. And it's the plastic zipper, matches the background, the black, it's all black. Again, one of those cord zipper pulls. So the expandable part is the zipper outside. Again, a plastic, one of the soft plastic zippers, which is nice. And what I think this little detail, I love this little detail. This harks back to the attention to detail that you maybe used to see more in the vintage pieces, and a lot of people are sort of bemoaning this loss of attention to detail with Vera Bradley, but I do think at times it's still there, and this is one of those times. On top of the zipper is this flap there, which is just a nice little touch. It covers the zipper there. I just thought that was very nice. So when you unzip it all the way around, come to the other end, other side, same thing. There's that flap there over the edge of the zipper. Love that. Thank you, Vera. I appreciate that attention. And it's in the same fabric, all the same fabric. So unzip it, does come apart completely, and the whole bottom expands. And what's great also, I appreciate this too very much, Vera Bradley, is that this part is the same fabric. It's not the lining, that the blue lining. As much as I like this periwinkle blue, it would look really odd if that were there. So I like that. Appreciate that construction. So that width then changes. So it was 4, and now it's 6.5. So from 4 to 6.5, the width can change. But I'm going to pack it up. I had it packed up, not expanded. And that's what I'm going to do first, and then maybe I'll unzip it with stuff in it. See, I don't remember it being that difficult to zip up. Hopefully it won't be zipped up. See, look, that was very easy. Very easy, just zips right up under the flap there. Okay, just wanted to call out for people so they're not alarmed, because it has that option of expanding and contracting. The bottom, I don't know if I'm gonna, yeah, you can sort of see it in there. This ridge, there's always going to be this ridge when it's not expanded. There's this ridge on the bottom in the center sticking up. It has to be there. There's no way to avoid that because that's the part that it, you know, it expands. That's the part that lets it expand. So I just put all my stuff. It flattens down if you put your stuff on top of it. It flattens down. Okay, so again, just real quick. Love the pattern. Let's do the front. Get close, getting close on the pattern there. Really just love the dots, the inky. Here we go. This inky blue splattering on top of the white. It's just, I just love it. I can't get enough of it, really. So, like I said, so excited to see this item in the sale. Like, I didn't even hesitate, just put it in the cart and immediately checked out. And then I went back and, you know, looked some more with great restraint. I managed a lot of restraint this time. Okay, so to pack it up, I think I'm going to move the camera just a little bit, see if that maybe helps. Didn't really plan this out. Okay, so that's sort of good. Laptop. I've talked about this pattern before. This is Batik Leaves from the factory outlet store. And this is the factory outlet style, obviously, laptop sleeve. I'm going to do a video comparing it to the old style laptop sleeve because I just got one at a thrift store and it's a little bit different, so I thought that might be interesting. This is 14 by 11. And so I'm packing like I would if I go to my dad's, what I would take. Laptop. Slips right in there. I mean, that's just beautiful. In the case, you know, no battle, no, it's not catching on anything. That's how much space is in this thing. Then I would take my larger iPad, again, same pattern, Batik Leaves, from tablet sleeve from the factory outlet store. See that? Yeah. That's just what I use to carry all my little things, like my battery for the laptop, charging cords. Yeah. I can't remember exactly what this thing is called. I could put it in the video description. But this is a Lighten Up pattern, Petite Vines, which I just love. This is what started me on the Lighten Up fabrics. Really changed my mind about the Lighten Up fabric. So I have my battery, laptop battery, and jewelry case in here. You can see it in there. And I usually take to my dad's, you know, a couple of small coin purses because I never know what size wallet I'm going to need. And other things in here like charging cords, my dad's keys, you know, my Metro card, things like that. Just little small stuff that I don't want all loose. I've been, you know, originally I was putting them in small, like, cosmetic bags. But I just love this item for that. It just sort of gets everything all together, and then it's easy to slip into whatever travel bag I'm using. It reduces the number of little separate things that I need to stick in. Not that I love an excuse to take more Vera. However, this just slips in so nicely, you know, that it's just great. Very easy for packing. iPad mini, GPS. I'm using this. I know I just talked about this recently. Got it at the factory outlet. It's Flamingo Fiesta. It's the middle size pouch on the cosmetic trio, and I'm using it just for my iPod because I feel like I would, since there's no slip pockets on the walls of these bags, I don't feel comfortable just throwing something like an iPod in there, something small with a screen on it. Want a little protection. So even though it is kind of swimming in here, you can see, since I didn't keep the tech case that I had bought in this pattern, I'm just using this sort of as a stopgap. But Good look at the pattern there. It's just really a lovely, very cute, lovely pattern. So anyway, I digress. I guess I could stick that in there. And this was not my wallet of the day. I know it's Wednesday, and I do want to do a different video about my bag of the day that I actually did use. But I didn't want to combine it with this because it was a Stephanie bag, and I know I have a lot of videos on Stephanie bags. So, you know, for this way, if people aren't really interested in seeing that, you know, you can just focus on this. But I did pull this out because this likely would have been the wallet I would travel to my dad's with if I were using this bag. This would be my main wallet, and then when I got there, I probably would transfer some of it to one of the smaller ones for just walking around with him. But anyway, all that fits in there. Super nice, right? Super easy. Get the light in there. That's a good shot. Okay. So then you can see it's, you know, it would stand up. It's just that my laptop is throwing the weight off a little bit. But if I were to pack it with the laptop in the middle and distribute the weight on either side of the laptop, it would stand up no problem. And it is standing up now, no problem. Zippers up, no problem. Oh, I don't have anything in there, but whatever. Probably what I would put in here would be, like when I get to New York and I'm just parking on the street, any kind of like loose papers that I have in my car or change in the drink cup or whatever, I would take out and stick in here, because you don't leave anyone who's from Manhattan knows you don't leave anything in your car, even dinky stuff. Someone will break in just for the hell of it, just for the thrill of doing it. I mean, when I first met my husband, I was still living in Manhattan, and he was not from Manhattan, and he would drive about 2 hours every weekend to stay with me, to see me, and he has a Wrangler, Jeep Wrangler. At the time, he had a soft top. Now he's a hard top. At the time, he had a soft top. And where I lived was right by a police station, so the parking was very restricted, but at the same time, somewhat safe. And he did, though, leave a baseball cap on his back seat, and somebody who clearly had knowledge of how to work and unzip the soft top, which is sort of a process. If you're not familiar with it, you know, it can be a little tricky. Unzipped in the middle of the night, one night, unzipped his, you know, one panel and went into the back and stole the cap. It was some kind of old style Phillies baseball cap. You know, so it was someone who didn't damage, you know, knew what they were doing and didn't damage the panels, luckily. Although you can replace those, but it's just like, for what? It's just this little, like, thrill, this little, not like a joyride, but the equivalent of like a joyride, right? You just doing it for the hell of it. And I said to him, I told you cannot leave anything. This is New York, baby. You're not in the country anymore. Anyway, so here's the bag. Very comfortable. The straps feel good. Try to get them. So anyway, the whole point of that little rambling story was that I would take all my change out of my car. That's why I do that. He just proved my, you know, paranoid point. And I would put that all in here and just take it up to my dad's apartment. Okay, so here we go. I'm sorry, Dookie. I'm going to have to step on you a little bit. I know, you're in my way. Sorry, my dog's on the floor. So you can see it's quite big, right? I mean, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, it's ginormous. And I had no idea. I wasn't expecting it to be this long this way. What was it, about 20 inches? So, and this is unexpanded, right? It was 4 inches wide, but it, you know, this, when I'm saying it's 4 inches wide, I'm measuring from this seam to this seam here. But the bag, you can see, expands beyond that when you know, shove stuff in there. So you can see it really, you know, sticks out. But I think it looks nice, and it's comfortable. This is feeling good. You know, there's a lot of stuff in there, a laptop and everything, and it feels good. I feel like it looks good. So now I thought I would just unzip it and see what happens. I hadn't done that yet. I mean, it could end up just everything falling up and looking all askew, but I just was kind of curious what happens. So when you unzip it with stuff in it. I do like that the zipper works very smoothly, right? That's what you need in something like this. If the zipper didn't work, you know, sorry, not in the shot. If the zipper didn't work well, right, then the whole point of this item is kaput, right? So, you know, it does kind of buckle because it's not filled out. I don't really need that width right now. Yeah. But, yeah, so it does look a little bit like blousier, floppier when it's unzipped and you don't need it. I wouldn't carry it like this for this amount of stuff. But I do love that zippers work really well. The plastic zippers on this product work really well, and they feel sturdy, even though they're plastic, aren't they metal. They feel sturdy. So you can see it's a little bit, gives you a little bit more space. Ooh, trying to get the light. There we go. When it's unzipped. I wonder if I could zip it up with all that stuff in there. Let's see. Shall we see? I think we should. So I've got it weighted up with all that stuff. Am I in the shot? Yes, I am. Whew. Always a relief when you look up and you're still in the shot. Perfect. Back to the way that it was. Excellent. I just really love it. I mean, I'm really so pleased with it, and I really had not been this excited to receive an online outlet purchase, I think, ever. I can't remember being this excited to receive an online outlet purchase. So, love this bag, the Lighten Up Expandable Tote in Splash Dot. I probably never even said the pattern name. It's Splash Dot. Which I love. So I hope that was helpful for people who might not have been familiar with this product or are interested in this product. They had it in, I think, at least one other pattern in the online outlet sale. I think it might have been Falling Flowers Neutral. I'm not sure. But anyway, I would definitely, I mean, I don't need another one of these. I don't need any more bags. But if I, you know, had unlimited funds and when I hit the lotto, whatever, I would get another one of these, absolutely, without even thinking about it. If I saw a pattern that I liked, yeah. I'm very pleased with this product, this item. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do a Wallet Wednesday and bag of the day video in a minute. But thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the